We have such sights to show you.
To me, it says something about either your priorities in the wrong place or utter insecurity for an anemic story that you've cobbled together that you need to rely on corn syrup to simulate bloodletting to market your movie instead of a compelling narrative to tell and interesting characters with which to tell it with. And that's not even half as insulting as when you take into account that wholesale blood splatter takes zero skill to pull off. Need a further example of the dead end that over-reliance in gore has left the horror genre? Tobin Bell and Shawnee Smith are back for this year's Saw X. You know, you're in a narrative black hole when you've got Blood and Guts the movie where death itself means nothing. Both these characters died in part 3, and we're now in part 10. Guess they should have invested a little more time in plot and character instead of painting the franchise red, which is where they left their business model. But Inkarnate, I hear you dispute. You explained in your Evil Dead Rise trailer gut reaction that you were eagerly anticipating the carnage of that sequel, enthusiastically looking forward to the massacre in store for those characters, using phrases like sheer brutality and absolute butchery. Contradiction in your messaging? Yes, no? 'Tis true, my oddly snobbish disembodied voice of vaguely high society origin. However, in my defense, creative kills are quite frankly a different kettle of fish, which, if you think about it, gives me that rare opportunity to use that oldest of old-timey phrases, kettle of fish.
Metaphorically speaking.
Considering the Hellions that have always populated the rogues gallery of Evil Dead villains, it is hardwired into their nature that they would mangle their human prey, tormenting them in inhuman ways. You naturally expect the punishment doled out by these tormentors to be that of a sadist. Not so much with your slasher antagonist, where their means of homicide are hack and slash. It's literally in the job description. More to the point, think of dependence on gore as mere blood splattering across a wall, whereas the ruthless death scenes in an Evil Dead movie can lead to creative kills. See the difference? Freddy will cut open a puppeteer and string him up by his own veins before making him walk the plank. The killer in I Know What You Did Last Summer just stabs you. The Evil Dead Rise Red Band trailer is chock full of hints at memorable murders, and ain't that a key ingredient that horror's been missing? I mean, as far as the fiendish forces literally at play in Evil Dead Rise, what else are they supposed to do? Torture the living with restless minor inconveniences like excessive seasoning from a spice rack?
Hey, honey, you want some salt for your steak?
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha. That's more salt than you wanted.
Methinks not.
Metaphorically speaking.
Was it worth it? Run. Run and tell those you will what you will. Tell them there is something loose, but tell them quickly, while you still have a soul.